Alright, so what's going on, guys? It's Steven Estrade here with you guys today. No longer Aware Stride. I have left Aware Gaming, as you guys have seen on Twitter more than likely. If you follow me, most of you people that watch my videos do follow me on Twitter. Uh, you know, this video is to explain the whole Aware Gaming selling of the league spot to TCM Gaming. The whole thing, well, explain it, what I know about it, and explain just basically what I think about it and why I left. Because, it wasn't solely because of the selling of the league spot and essentially the screwing over of the players that were on Aware Gaming, which were TJ, Accuracy, Hugh, and Happy. We had a very good team, which even top players such as Scump, they considered the team to be definitely top tier for sure. They considered them to be a top 3, top 4 team, and they earned a league spot and then ended up being sold to TCM Gaming, a European team, if you guys do not know who they are. And it ended up in a couple people leaving the Aware Gaming organization, including myself. And I was a YouTube director. You guys know this for sure. But let's get in depth. Let's see it from the other side first, guys. All right. So there was an article posted on the Aware Gaming website, which I'm not sure too many people have seen, but it is an article straight from the owner himself, Ryan Arby. And it is titled Announcing the Transfer of North American Call of Duty Team and a New Direction. It was posted on Tuesday. Today, right now, it is, let me see what day it is. It is Thursday, March 12th. So it was posted Tuesday. So that was on the 10th. Okay, so that was 2 days ago at this point. And I'm going to read off some of this for you guys and kind of explain what I think about this article as we go, and I'm going to kind of explain to you guys how I see the situation. Alright, so first off you have a little paragraph that reads, "Today marks a new direction for Aware Gaming, as it was announced earlier that we have transferred ownership of our North American Call of Duty team and Pro League roster spot to TCM Gaming. We have had a good run in the North American Call of Duty scene dating back to our first LAN event at MLG Dallas for Black Ops 2. However, sometimes tough decisions have to be made and bold new paths have to be paved. Below is a statement from the owner of Aware Gaming, Ryan Arby, on the reasons behind this decision and some of the misinformation out there." And then it proceeds to quote a statement from the owner of Aware Gaming, which goes a little bit more in depth on this, and I will read that to you guys here. "As most of you have probably seen by now, we came to an agreement a couple weeks ago to make our departure from the North American Call of Duty scene. This was not an easy decision on any part, and one that I had to think about for a very long time. Unfortunately, I came to the conclusion that this scene in particular was just far too expensive for the lack of return we received, and was not going to be financially viable or responsible for us moving forward." Now, I'm going to stop right there, guys. There's a little bit more to the paragraph, but he says it was not an easy decision on any part, and one that he had to think about for a very long time. And it was strictly him, I believe, and TCM Gaming that thought about that. Nobody else knew about it. Nobody else in the organization knew about it. Not the YouTubers, not the streamers, designers. Nobody knew about it. Not even the players knew about it. These players that had earned this spot, these players that went to this event, played their hearts out, and earned this spot, they knew nothing about this the entire time. He was the one that knew about it the entire time, nobody else, other than those that he would be conversing with about it. Now, let's continue forward. "Most people have no clue just how much many of us spend out of our own pockets to support our teams, and it often results in players who force their way out, don't put forth a proper effort in doing the things needed to properly grow our business, and many who are just flat out unappreciative of what we do as owners for our teams. So it was my intention at that time to find a new home for our team that would be able to better support the team moving forward." Now, guys, this is a very professionally written article, but to me, this still does not amount. It doesn't justify the actions in any way. There's still a lot more to the article that I'm going to read here in a minute, but he said that he paid money out of their own pockets, all right, to support the teams, and that it results in players who force their way out, don't put forth a proper effort in doing the things needed to properly grow our business, and many who are just flat out appreciative of what we do as owners for our teams. Now, I have no idea how the conversations went between the pro players and the owner. That's not something that I know anything about, so I will admit that and I will say that. But to say that they are not putting the proper effort in doing things needed to properly grow the business is just flat out absurd. They earned a league spot, and I don't understand a whole lot more that they should be doing. They played their heart out and they earned a league spot. And that was going to be something that would definitely help grow our business. So to just say that they don't put forth a proper effort in doing the things needed to properly grow the business is just flat out silly, and I don't understand why that's a part of this article. That does not make any sense to be in that article. I'm 17 years old, and I've taken a few business classes, but that's pretty easy to figure out right there that that would be growing your team. So anyways, let's continue reading the article, guys. When the decision was made on who would be acquiring our Pro League position, it was both an exciting moment as someone who has long supported the EU Call of Duty scene too, but also disheartening to know what it would most likely mean for our players. Let's stop right there, guys. This is really good, mainly because it shows you that there is a little bit of shame in this. There is a little bit of guilt that is felt by Arby, because he knows that what he's doing is going to hurt the players. So it's good to know that he didn't do what he did knowing, not thinking that it didn't hurt the players, thinking that they would be just fine. And they might be fine, but the thing is that they earned a league spot and it was sold to TCM Gaming. What they earned was sold by a person who essentially did not earn it. He funded it, he did not earn it. Okay, that's a little bit different. Those are different things there. Let's continue on, guys. I want to clear up one thing immediately, in that it was not my decision, capital N-O-T, not my decision, to withhold this news until the last possible moment. However, given the circumstances and the work it entailed for TCM to acquire the spot and make the transition, I was bound by a confidentiality agreement to do so, which I respected. Now, this is a flat-out lie, and that's all I'm going to say. Well, it's not really a lie, but the first part is a lie. Agreeing to the confidentiality agreement means that it was your decision to withhold the news until the last possible moment. If it's an agreement, if it is a written agreement that you agreed to and you read that agreement, you would have seen that you would have had to withhold that news from your team. So to say that it was not your decision to withhold the news until the last possible moment is a flat-out lie, and that is the biggest part of this article that made me lose respect for Arby, because he agreed to do this. That means that he did know what was going to happen. He was well aware of what was going to happen, and yet he still went through with it anyway. And in my opinion, this came to be a matter of ethics versus money. Are you going to do what's ethical and lose money, or are you going to be unethical and screw over your players that worked hard to earn that spot and not give them any say in what happens with that spot just so that you can earn an investment back? So to me, he ended up choosing money over ethics, which I absolutely do not understand. It makes zero sense to me. I understand that there could be parts of the story that I'm missing, and if there are parts of the story that I'm missing, and you are somebody that's watching this video, if Arby's watching this video, or anybody that might know something a little bit different about the situation who's watching this video, then I would encourage you to leave a comment, a respectful comment, hopefully, clearing up a few things that I may not understand. I'm just simply giving my opinion based off what I see. Let's continue on with the article. I understand this comes as a shock to many, and there will be many of you who are upset by this decision. However, when it comes down to the bottom line, it is a decision that had to be made. There has been a lot of misinformation out there about many details, which I will not respond to, other than to say that the only people who actually know the details of this agreement are the two parties involved. I understand that the vast majority of people out there have no idea what is involved in running an organization the way we have run it the last 3 years, and therefore will not understand the decision. But hopefully everyone will focus their energy in supporting the teams and players in the scene moving forward, rather than focusing on negativity. As for us, we will be shifting our focus a bit moving forward, but I wish only the best for everyone in North American Call of Duty moving forward. And that is the end of the statement. And at the end of the article, it says, "We would like to wish TCM Gaming and all teams and players in the North American Call of Duty scene the best of luck moving forward, and look forward to the future here at Aware Gaming as well." And as for that last paragraph, guys, you know, it's not a bad paragraph compared to the other ones, especially where he said that it was not his decision to withhold the news until the last possible moment. But the way that he puts this is as if nobody else out there understands how an organization is run or what goes into it. You know, when it comes to the esports business, I have found, after being involved in a few different businesses at an early age, to get a better feel for business. You know, I've had various business classes. I can say that the esports business, in my opinion at least, is a simpler business. So for him to state it as if it is some complex thing that other people are not going to understand is a little weird to me. You know, this whole article seems to be something, quite honestly, and you know, I'm not going to censor myself here, it just seems like something that was written to simply cover his ass and say, you know, I'm not going to explain all the details, but you guys need to understand that there are more details, and trust me, just trust me, it was a decision that had to be made. If you do not release those details to the public, if you do not release them in the article, those details that you say that other people don't understand, those details that you say only the two parties that were involved know, then nobody is going to believe that this was a decision that had to be made. So, Arby, if you're watching this video, you need to release those details for people to understand them if you haven't, to understand this decision if you haven't already. Because as it stands right now, you know, me being a 17-year-old who's, you know, I don't have a degree by any means. I'm not gonna say that I have credit where I don't, but you know, I've taken various business classes. This is not something that is too complex. You know, it's nothing that, and you know, it might be something that takes a while to sort out, but it's nothing that's complex. It's time consuming, but it is not complex by any means. Something that might be a little complex is to acquire the money to do certain things, but once you have that money, or whatever it might be, you know, that's the only situation that I can see that might be complex. Other than that, it really isn't, to be quite honest with you, you know. So that's my opinion on the whole Aware situation, guys. It's my opinion that the players should have a say in what happens with their league spot. You know, they traveled out, they flew out to this event, or drove, or whatever it might have been, and they played their heart out. They played extremely well. They proved themselves against the best team in the game, especially Optic Gaming. You know, even though they lost that series, they proved that they were a good team. And Scump actually ended up saying in his video that he believed Aware Gaming was the only team that really competed with Optic, even though Team Caliber, you know, won more maps. But you know, that's all I'm gonna say on it, guys. That's my opinion. I'm not gonna say any more on it unless there's a good amount of disrespect or hate that comes my way. I'm trying to keep this as professional as possible. You know, that's just it, guys. So I'm open to thoughts in the comments below. You know, if you want to talk about it, if you want to tell me what your opinion is, then that's perfectly fine. I would prefer that there not be any arguing, though. This isn't meant to be something that starts an argument. This isn't meant to say that I disassociated myself with Aware because I hate their management. That's not what happened. I simply didn't agree with the decision, and I didn't want to be under management that does things like that, that has the audacity to do things like that. And I will be looking for another team, guys. You know, I'm not going to keep the intel under wraps. You know, I'll be completely honest with you guys right now. I have looked into joining either Elevate or Denial Esports. I'm currently waiting on a reply from both at this moment in time. I have received an email back from Denial saying that they are reviewing my application, and I have not yet received any kind of email back from Elevate. But that will be how my future is going. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Like I said, leave a comment below telling me what you thought of the video, what you thought of my opinion, what your opinion might be. Be sure to like the video if you agree with my opinion, if you agree with how I stated it, if you just agree with the overall video. And the next video hopefully won't be so serious. Hopefully I'll have some good news for you guys. So, that's going to be it. It's been Stride, guys. Peace out.